That's great. Perfect. All right. So it's been a couple days now. Spider Man's out. Look, if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm sorry, but we're talking about everything. So pause this, go watch the little movie, and then you come back. If not, I'm glad you're here. So we want to talk about Spider Man, bro. I mean, how many times have you seen it so far?
Twice. Well, I mean, a few times it got leaked on Twitter, so I have watched it at home on Twitter fully, but nothing beats the experience in a movie theater.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah,
I've seen it once. I was gonna go yesterday, and I ended up.
yeah,
It was packed, bro. I was like, but
yeah,
that movie is that movie was fire. So I mean, just starting off, bro. In the beginning, in the beginning,
yeah,
we are met with a troubled Peter Parker. We are met with a very booming and blooming Spider Man. He is probably the best he's been in a while, but the man behind the mask, it starts off and we're just immediately we just feel his pain. He's lonely. He has nothing, no one. It's just him. And it
yeah,
just kind of starts off with the little montage, you see him doing his thing and he's kicking butt, fighting some villains we've never seen before. So that was also really cool. We saw Boomerang, Tarantula,
Tombstone.
yep, Tombstone,
Yeah,
Scorpion. I mean, I guess we seen him, but we didn't see him suited up, booted up. But we finally
yeah.
got to see that. Um, that was cool. Who else did he fight? Did he fight anybody else? I feel like we hit the main bad
Nah,
guys
he just
all.
did the amazing fantasy issue 1 of Spider-Man at the beginning. That
Yep,
was
that was cool.
sick. But also, I mean, something that is cool with how great the Odyssey's been doing and everything like that. Um, their IMAX run is ending, and I just literally before this video started, I just got confirmation that Spider-Man Brand New Day is heading to IMAX theaters as of August 7th, and I'm excited for that because it was filmed and shot for IMAX, so that's going to be a whole nother game. And it's the biggest opening in U.S. history, and it surpassed Endgame.
What was it? 360.
Yeah, it's like 360. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it surpassed Endgame, and that just goes to show that everyone loves our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He
Do
is the great.
Do you think Doomsday's gonna pass that, or do you think that it's Spider Man is just a worldwide like?
I mean, just I mean, that's the thing that this opening's only U.S. history or like in the U.S. That's what's crazy. But I mean, Victor Von Doom has never been done right. We'll touch on that in another video, but I think genuinely that video. I mean, that movie could surpass possibly. Avengers is a huge IP, but nothing beats Spider-Man. Like, I mean, Spider-Man he's doing his thing, and this is the beginning of the brand new trilogy. Like it is we're getting into this whole new trilogy. And if that's the first movie in a new trilogy, I mean, come on. Like that's insane.
That is, I mean, you're starting off beating history.
Strong.
you
Yeah.
can't ask, you can't ask for any better. Like that is what I felt like they were trying to go for, and they hit it on the nail. And
Yeah.
now it's just going to be honestly, like I don't see any other projects except maybe Doomsday coming close to this. Besides maybe another Spider-Man movie. But like you said, if it's starting off like this, the next time it comes around, it might be even bigger. The
Yeah.
rollout might be even bigger. Like that's and
Yeah.
it's crazy. Everyone was complaining about the trailer and how it's leaking this and doing this and doing this. Bro, when you win that movie, you still like, gosh, this is mwah.
Yeah, I mean, people are always like that. I do think that sometimes Marvel tends to overshare only when it's not an Avengers project. Like, Avengers projects, they always keep every single thing under wraps. And I think they did that well with one of our antagonists of this movie. But I also think that like, yeah, I mean, Avengers, they always keep on things under wraps, and for this movie, they really like they showed us and they drew us in, and they were like it just made me like. And I've been a Spider-Man fan since the day I was born. You know, I was running around in little Spider-Man suits when I was a kid. Toby's first movie came out the year I was born. I've been watching Spider-Man my entire life. This made me love Spider-Man again and again and again. Like it just revamped and like the tones, and I like how not only Tom Holland but the other characters that we've been with for a decade, we got to enjoy them and mature with them and grow with them. And I feel like this movie and this new movie trilogy that's going to be coming out, um, they're just maturing with the audience, and they're maturing with fans like us that have been around and have enjoyed Tom Holland's movies and everything like that. It, it's I'm really grateful.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I went into that theater. I was texting you, like, bro, oh my gosh, like I'm 30 minutes away from peak. I was like,
Yeah,
this my, and like if you guys haven't checked out my Instagram, go check out my Instagram, Film Cult Manor. But I talked about it in the beginning. I was like, man, I already know this movie's gonna be great. I went in that theater, man, and I was like, dude, this is fire. Like this is, it didn't disappoint at all. I felt like it was amazing. So for me, the biggest thing that I felt was the passion that not only the directors had, not only did the writers and everybody, the screenwriters and everybody that was in that room had, but Tom Holland made me feel like, oh man, this guy was meant to be Spider Man. That is, if you could look, let me tell you something about Tom Holland. Odyssey, jumping right now,
yeah,
and Spider Man, and he's in both of those, and he has key roles in both of those movies. And
yeah,
like now, like he was able to do that, and like, bro, that's a flex. Like, bro, I got two movies and they're
yeah,
both going number one right now. Like, that's a flex.
yeah,
But not even that. It's just his passion, the degree that he went from. Hey guys, like when it's Civil
yeah,
War, when he did his little thing, stole the shit. Hey guys, hey everybody,
yeah,
like to now, and now it's like, oh okay, the quips, the emotion, the ability to be Peter Parker and to be Spot. And I liked how much, like I think me and you were talking about this, how much he was in that suit was amazing.
yeah,
It was
yeah. It was
awesome.
so sick.
He was in that
Especially since
suit.
it's my favorite suit. That especially since it's very comic book like. It's very it looks functional. The colors, the raised webbing, his new logo, his eye, like his the eyes on his mask, like everything about it is just I love it. Like I literally love it. It pays homage to all three Spider-Man live action, and yeah, it's perfect. I'm excited to see where they go, and because how they like the practical suits now because they haven't done that in the past. You know, he had a couple suits that were all CGI. But what's cool about this suit? It's practical. We feel it. No different than when Tasm and he was dropping down and we saw the wind fly and we've spoken about this before, but you feel the suit. You feel the power, like you feel Tom Holland's presence as Spider-Man. He really embodies not only Peter Parker but Spider-Man. He's really doing his thing, and I think this movie really solidified him as the great. Like I'm being completely honest. I'm being completely honest here.
It's hard to say it, but it is. I mean, my favorite has always been Andrew,
Yeah.
and Toby. He had the blueprint, and things were a
Yeah.
lot different. Back then how they made movies and stuff like that. But he had the blueprint. He held that mantle forever. Then came this boy that dressed up and wrote a letter talking about how he wanted to be Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. He takes it off, and it's him, and that was crazy. I felt like he was. I mean, we've touched on this. His script was booty. It was. It
Yeah.
was. It was. It wasn't what it could have been. They had an actor that would have taken it there, but he just didn't have it. Tom, he's got it all. He went
Yeah.
and we see the progression, like I said earlier, from the first movie to now. They only have gotten better. They've only gotten better. They did away with like a lot of people are like, oh, No Way Home is because Andrew and Toby. Now they can't say, nobody can say nothing because he had co-stars in this movie, but the main focus, the person you wanted to see on that screen and to see prevail and to get the task done and to follow his life and feel his emotion and be there with him and feel like, man, I am Spider-Man. The person that gave it to us was Tom Holland, and I felt that. I felt that in the, like you said, the power that it felt like. I felt like, oh man, like I'm Spider-Man. Like now I felt like I wanted to get out, put on a mask, and be like, where the bad guys at? That's how I felt, and
Yeah.
and I think that when they come out with these next movies, he's just gonna keep getting better. He is, in my opinion, as well, solidified himself with this movie.
Yes.
The last movie, he put his foot in the door. All right, this one, he just kicked it down. He Rampage Jackson. Have you seen that video? Rampage Jackson punches the. That's what he. That's literally what he did, and yeah, I'm excited too. I think he's doing a great job. I think that the bringing in what's his name, Daniel Creston, whatever his name is. I can never say his name. I feel like
Daniel Day. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like
He's doing the thing.
yeah,
And he did Shang-Chi, and like everyone loves Shang-Chi. We're still waiting for the sequel. Come on. Yeah, but they just canceled Wonder Man, and I'm wondering if they canceled Wonder Man to give uh him the opportunity to continue because we had John Watts. John Watts did the old trilogy, you know. Um, I forgot the directors that did Civil War. Was it the Russos? Did the Russos do? No, I don't think. I think they did Winter Soldier. I don't think they did Civil War. I'm trying to
yeah.
remember.
I don't know.
Um, but regardless, like that was our first. That was our introduction with Civil War, and we've been with Tom Holland's Spider Man for so long. How can you hate him? I understand that we still love our greats. We still love Toby. We still love Andrew. They are phenomenal. They did their thing, but you got to pack it up at some point, and we can acknowledge their greatness and what they brought because what they did has influenced Tom's performance in this, and we can only thank them because we're never going to get them back. We might get them in Doomsday, we might get them in Secret Wars. That's fine, but we're never going to get Spider-Man 3 or TASM 3. You know, we're never going to get Toby's Spider-Man 4. You know, we're never going to get that. We're never gonna get that, and that's okay because they did their thing and they set up Tom Holland for greatness. And that's one of my things is that we're getting a lot of old heads like we didn't grow up with them, but we didn't grow up with Toby and Andrew, and that's the frustrating thing. We got all these people being like, oh, but they'll never be Toby. They didn't have the the um the blueprint like Tom does. Tom literally has those two phenomenal actors in their spaces do what they do to help him set up what he's doing right now. Like they literally have the blueprint of what it means to be Spider-Man. Not only that, but Peter Parker because man, like he killed it. I'm glad I got to see him like in every dang scene in this movie. Like he was, whether he had a suit on or if he didn't, we saw him 24/7 in this movie. Like he had like it was great. I loved every second of
They
it. And
didn't
the first
focus
act
on
alone,
they didn't focus on none of the like the stuff that didn't like that doesn't really matter. They didn't focus on none of that. They didn't focus
no,
on like they actually like all right, cool, like I actually get to sit here and follow this story. Like it felt like people are like, well, there wasn't this and there wasn't that. Listen, like you said, the old heads be like, oh my gosh, man, like this happened here and this and remember this and that. Like we were talking about it yesterday night. Doc Ock, phenomenal villain.
yes,
Green Goblin, phenomenal villain. Spider-Man 3, and then the Lizard, that was okay. And then
Lizard was pretty dope.
yeah,
Let's see, well, Electro, and two like that. It was a fun watch. His little arc was cool. His little
his
arc was
was
cool.
his was I'm
And
not.
then he grew a hairline, and all of a sudden he was in No Way Home with a hairline. I don't know.
I just.
And
I
why
just.
was he in No Way Home? How, did he know that Spider Man was Peter Parker?
No, no,
And how the heck did he
because
get there?
because 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 remember in No Way Home he said, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I thought, well, I thought you were black." Remember?
That's what I'm saying.
So he
Yeah,
did.
how did?
Yeah. So that's confirmed. He didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to dive into that because I do like No Way Home, but it does bother me that a lot of people's favorite movie is No Way Home, and I'm like, you just really want the fan service, you want the crazy moments. I love No Way Home. Don't get me wrong, but Spider-Man: Homecoming with Vulture and the starting point of Tom Holland's Spider-Man was way more fun to me than No Way Home. No Way Home's lit. Don't get me wrong. I just if I'm gonna rewatch a movie, I rewatch Homecoming. And once this movie is on Disney Plus,
Every single night, boy.
every day, yeah, no, it's raps. I'm
Well,
literally like, No Way Home's fantastic. It is.
it it replay value. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. No Way Home is just like, it's a long movie and it's like it's a setup for this movie. I felt like it was setting it up. It was
Yeah.
old, done with the old, getting rid of all the John Wayne. Not like getting rid of it and scrubbing it out of our mind, but they were getting
Yeah.
rid of him being like, I always say this, Tony Stark Jr. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
I felt like those movies, he was Tony Stark Jr. rather than Spider Man, because he was
Yeah.
when they brought him into Civil War, it was
Yeah.
Tony. And then they brought him into he brought him into Homecoming, and somehow Iron Man showed up. And then he got
Yeah.
the suit taken. That was like the give me your keys, you're not going anywhere. Like dad
Yeah.
moment. So that's why I was like, it kind of felt like he was junior in him. And then Far From Home, Nick Fury, and then telling him what to do. Like now it's like he operates on his own. And he's partners with the Wolf in this movie. You know,
Yeah.
he's not like, all right,
Taking
Spider
over.
Man, yeah, you better do this, or like, hey,
Yeah.
can we get your help? Like, it's like that. That's how it should be. So that's why I think that this movie beats No Way Home, because it's Spider Man. It
Yeah.
solidifies that he's his own man, and he's grown.
Yeah.
He's grown up.
Sure, yeah, and a lot of what happened in No Way Home, and even Far From Home, with Mysterio revealing his identity to the world, what happened in those two movies really we're still getting the repercussions. We're still getting the cause and the effect. Like it's not a good time right now for Peter. And I mean, the end of the movie, like the end of No Way Home, like really messed up a lot of people, and we were like, and even Tom was like, we don't know where we're gonna go after this,
Who's
you know?
Peter?
Exactly. Who is he? Peter?
But so
Yeah.
going through. All right, so we see the little montage. We see where he's at. We see that he got his own little crib. We see that we see that he's still struggling with the effects. He's on the phone. He's watching his girl. His she don't love him anymore. So we're watching that, and then we're watching Ned and them living the life that he wanted, that they talked about. Then after that, we see that he's still struggling with staying away. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. This is what I did love, though. This is what I did love. Now that I mean, we're gonna go through it, but in Amazing Spider-Man, this is where I think that they messed up. They went right back to it. He didn't even last to the end of the movie after that promise he made to Captain Stacy. He didn't even make it. And then they're together, and then they're not, and then they're together. And I guess that was the premise of it. But I felt like what they should have did, what they're doing in this movie, is they're not giving him an easy road, because Stan Lee said it himself. We are gonna make him, worry about money, and worry about pimples, and worry about stuff like that. Like, and we're getting that now. Now he's worried about a girl and losing friendships. But this is where that great power comes with great response. You know why? You know why? because that's Spider-Man. And so now he's having to make a choice. Okay, am I gonna be Peter Parker or I'm gonna be Spider-Man? He's
Yeah, he's
gonna
not being
be
selfish.
both.
Yeah,
That's what he's gonna do. But
yeah,
we're seeing he can't have it all. You're not gonna be able to have all
yeah.
this power and then still be able to la 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 with your friends. You know, we didn't see him because you know how you run out and dun, 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 dun. Yeah, no. Now it's just like he, and most of the time he's by himself. He doesn't even have to do that. He just leaves his house, and he's Spider
Yeah.
Man, and like
Wow.
that's
He's either doing that or going and getting flowers for Aunt May. Like it's one of the two, you know. And I really like how they showed us Aunt May, and they were fine. Like they killed her off. It was very sad, but we got the canon event. We got the with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm glad that they did that. And I like how she was still in the movie, but it just like her presence in his mind, like in his thoughts, in
yeah,
his memories of her. And he loves that woman dearly, and she's taught him so much on how to become Spider-Man was through her, and stuff like that. And it's like everything that he's been through, whether it was Civil War in the middle of a feud, the trilogy, and at the end of No Way Home, the Infinity War, when he was blipped away for a few years, the End Game, like it's like we've been with him for so long, and we're seeing all these things from him, and now we're able to finally isolate him and see what he can do as Spider-Man, as a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in New York. We're seeing like all these actions and like his growth, his frustrations and everything like that. Like that whole first act was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it, and we're like when I watch a movie, especially a movie that I really really care about. Like I was itching. You know how like you keep looking at the clock, waiting to clock out of work, and you're like, dang, it's been. I still got 30 minutes. It feels like forever. The moments leading up that week after Comic Con for me, the days, the mere hours going into that movie, I was so emotional. Like I was feeling every emotion. I wasn't even in the movie yet. And then I get to the movie, and when I watch a movie, I get so immersed that I'm like feeling every emotion that they're trying to portray in this film, and I felt it, and it was phenomenal. Like it was an amazing movie, and seeing the struggles and the growth and the I'll do both, man. Like that moment, like that was such a payoff. Like at the end of the film, uh, that's just insane. Like
both. So then
both.
we got that in the beginning, all right, and then we got to see his impact, his role in the community, and what he's been up to. All right. So
Yeah.
then after that, now we're at the point where things start to unfold, right? We start to see like, you know, um that he's just doing his daily whatever, like, he's kind of friends. He's getting encouraged by DeWolf to go out there and have friends and have people because you can't do it by yourself, and he's struggling with that. We're seeing that. The next thing you know, a tank is just going through the city, beating everybody up, swerving, moving, doing whatever. And then guess what? This is what I like. This is where I was like, okay, this is. I already was thinking that in the beginning. All right, I was already like, this is legit. But then this comes, and then you see him. He's like, all right, but I'm mutating. Like, what am I like? We see that there's something going on. So we see his emotional, we see his physical, and then we can kind of tell where he's at mentally too. Like he's like, man, this is like I'm stuck. Like I want to have friends, I want to be with the love of my life, I want to give her this note, but now my body is tripping and stuff like that. Then now you have this tank swerving and going in the city, beating everything up, and then you can see what he's been up to. Cause guess who pulls up? Guess who freaking pulls up? Frank Castle, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, like, oh shoot, like this is cool, like, but it wasn't like, hey, who are you? Or hey, they already had an established relationship, which was really cool. We didn't have to. We kept hearing about Staten Island. What happened? in Staten Island. Did they see why Thor was crying in Staten Island? What was going on? And so it was crazy, right? We see all this stuff, and that's when I was like, okay, all right. So he's key to the city, man. He's regular villains. I'll handle it. The Wolf got his phone number. He's cool with Frank Castle, and then now we're like, oh shoot, what's going on? And that's where the problem starts. And then from there, the movie really takes into where the story's gonna go. We've got to see what he's doing. The quick little montage. We didn't need to dwell too much on it because throughout the movie you can see where he's been and what's been going on. You don't need to sit there and be like, all right, so my name is Peter Parker, and this like we didn't need all that. We just got to get dropped back in. That's why I like how they didn't just scrap it, get a new. I hate that. I really do. I really do hate that when they just scrap it, get a new character, and then move on and stuff like that. We got to see where he's been, like I said, and then we got to see where the story was going.
Yeah, because they had to take that huge time jump, which I'm glad that they did. They didn't just start off moments after No Way Home. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I'm glad, like, because we got that little quick little web swinging after No Way Home when he made his new suit, and it was all Christmas time in New York, and he wasn't even in that. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't even in that same apartment. We saw him. We got to see the growth. You know, we got to see. Hey, he's not where he was earlier. He's in a new spot. He's comfortable with new people, and it was lots of fun. Um, that was super cool. And then yeah, we got the first introduction to one of the antagonists of the film in that tank scene, which was really cool. And we got to see the. I felt on the first watch that we got to see the intentions off rip. You know, we didn't really know exactly what the antagonist was gonna do because she's not a villain. She's not a villain. She's an antagonist of the story, but we all know who the true villain is. Is that dang damage control? Those people are
What's his
awful.
name? Uh,
William Metzger.
yeah,
He
Metzger.
is in the comics is an activist uh, against mutants.
Mutants.
This
Yeah.
man is a complete like prejudice towards mutants. It's crazy. So that's why going into this movie, I kind of knew that the Shady Singh's character was going to be who they were going to be,
Who's
due to
Sadie
that
Singh's?
fact.
Who's Sadie Singh's character?
Uh, gray jeans on right now, but yeah, so it's fantastic. I like how they portrayed her. She was young, all that stuff. It was super cool,
Yeah,
and
I'm so glad you brought that up. Keep going. Sorry, I'm glad you brought that up.
it's just insane to see because we see him dealing with these problems with his mutation in his body with his DNA. He's out of control. It's making him more angry. All these negative things are happening. But once he harnesses it, he's going to be fine. But he's trying to make the inhibitor like Bruce Banner had for the Hulk. You know, we see that, and then we're like, dang. Once you see him create that universal inhibitor, you're like, dang, he just screwed up so many people, and he doesn't even know it. You know, the fact that that technology is probably going to get in the hands of damage control, who knows?
They
Or maybe there's hinting at it. We don't know.
well, what's it called? Got away, so he could have
He
gotten
could have.
away with with the prototype,
Yeah.
or maybe somebody's gonna try to, I don't know, find. I mean, if he could do it, then we know it's possible. It's already done. So even if they didn't
Yeah.
get any of his tech or anything like that, now they know. Okay, all right, and they
Yeah.
do have they were
Whole,
keeping tabs on him on Spider-Man. Remember they were making weapons so they can destroy his webbing and stuff like that. So they've been keeping tabs, and they scan his body.
yeah, I was gonna say it's from the scan. It wasn't from like them just like keeping close contact with him at all. You know, it was definitely from that scan, that initial when he went in there. They got every single piece of data they needed in that thing. It was crazy. Um, But
Yeah.
when we went, my girlfriend, she was instantly like, that guy's a bad guy, William
Yeah,
Wesker.
cause he you could tell, like you could see like off rip like who was, cause like you said, Jean Grey, shoot, Sadie Sink's character, whatever. So she 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 did a great job because, and I think they did a great job with her. I was actually in the. Let me tell you this. I was sitting down. My wife went to go to the bathroom after the movie, and one of the guys, he was like, "I read comics. Everybody else may like Jean Grey, but I read comics." And I was like, "Okay, what does that mean?" So do I, buddy. I was like, so do I. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? I didn't like how they made Jean Grey. She's not supposed to be like that. So let me ask you and anybody else watching this, how would you like them to portray characters that they're trying to start over with? The same? Would you want the same recycled, chewed up stuff,
Oh
regurgitated, and then fed back into our mouths? Like, no. You want something
no,
fresh, a fresh take that's still like accurate. You know, I mean, she got the red hair. Boom. She's got the powers, but she wasn't able to do. She was able to jump. We got to see how she started learning. Like that's
yeah,
cool. Like, you know, and she still probably has a lot that she's gonna have to harness. And guess what? Maybe when she meets Professor X, then we can see the growth and all that, like, and how he was able to teach her, hey, do it like this. But we don't need to. She starts off and she's an omega level mutant already, and she
yeah,
already has the power already down,
yeah,
and she turns into the Phoenix. Like we don't need
yeah,
that because
yeah.
that's
We
gonna.
we got a glimpse of that for
Yeah.
sure, for her abilities. The hopping with her sister and everything like that. That was super cool. I enjoyed that little backstory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is exactly how Jean Grey is prior to meeting Professor X. Because once one like she's a troubled child. She's
Mm-hmm.
dealing with a lot of problems. She's not wanted because she has powers, all these things. She's a runaway. All these issues that we get to see for Jean Grey. Um, it was cool to see. I mean, and it wasn't too much. It wasn't a 30-minute scene. It was a quick explaining to us. It was just quick. Bam. This is what happened. We didn't have to get spoon fed every little piece of information because we're pretty knowledgeable and we have context clues. Hello. We're able to put things together as the audience. But yeah, I mean, exactly. We don't need um, Jean Grey already established and stuff like that. It's cool to see this new take on the character. I mean, if even you want to call it new take, but it's like we're so used to the old movies and old characters and stuff like that that we're just kind of we are plopped into the middle of all this, and so it's cool to see. But yeah, I mean, hello, she was on a bus going upstate, as it looks like New York, that's where the X Mansion is. Like, we don't know. Like, there's so many things in this movie that were just tiny breadcrumbs that were left for us that are going to set up big things, like the inhibitors, where Jean Grey was going at the end of the movie. All these things, they're little hints that didn't need. We don't need a huge payoff in the next movie. Let's let it marinate, and things are going to pay off down the road. But yeah, I thought her character was phenomenal. I mean, what like you know her finally seeing what she was trying to get after all that time, VMAX, and we finally get to understand what it is. Like, I mean, it was heartbreaking,
That
you
was
know?
crazy. That was crazy. That was,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Dude, that
VMAX.
was leaked. That was leaked like months ago. People were like, "Yeah, VMAX," and I'm like, "Is that like another word for like X genes? Like, what is VMAX? And then we finally get the payoff of what VMAX is, and it was
They
horrific.
had to be in the studio like, oh yeah, we gonna get them with this one. They had to.
Yeah, no.
There's no
That
way.
that scene, bro, that scene and when Jean Grey was in MJ's body, those two scenes had my heart dropped. She's like, "Go ahead, Peter, touch her." I was like, "Bro, like my soul was crushed." And then finding out what VMAX is, I don't even know this character. We've only known her, but what, 45 minutes of screen time, if that. for the whole movie. She wasn't even on the screen half the time. I mean, she was too busy hopping bodies.
Yeah.
And then we finally get to see her. She's getting tortured by William Metzger, and it's honestly pretty messed up because this is where they're gonna go. Like people hate mutants, and we're seeing this, and she's struggling. She's tired from being tortured. She just looks up.
That reminds me of
Oh my
that reminds me
soul
of
crusher.
the Spider-Man animated series, right? When he was turned into the man spider.
Man spider. Yeah.
And when he talked to Professor, I actually just saw the video today where he was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a freak.
Yeah.
But that's what like he learned to love, what he was becoming, and like, not to like, and she helped him and he helped her. Like they both helped each
Yeah.
other. He helped, I mean, I guess not really him, his conscience, I guess, with Aunt
Hey,
May.
Ame Solos. She disabled and disarmed an Omega level threat.
Yeah. Yeah, absolute cinema. I'm gonna meme that. But so that's what I'm saying. So like it's gonna be a big thing because now they can say mutant. Now we see mutants. Now they can do all that. We weren't able to do that. Now you see where they're like, they're starting to cook up, and it's gonna be every little movie, every little thing. X-Men 20. They're casting everybody. They're about to start like it's gonna be crazy. And so then from there, I want to also bring up. You said something about a character. MJ, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, bro.
That was rough.
That first of all, that was sick. Taking the person that the other person loves and throwing it off a building. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. But not only that, bro, like the part, like you said, oh my gosh, I got my girl back. She remembers me. Like, yeah, he was probably, man, it's been years and years, and she remembers me like this is the best day of my life. Like, I love you. Sight. That's crazy, bro. That is literally crazy. But because of that, like, you got to see, like, yeah, he's hurt. Like, that's, I mean, let me ask you something. Is that, like you said, she's not a villain, right? But is that not what somebody who's trying to get what they want will do? She's trying to get to the person she loves, her sister.
Yeah. And Spider-Man was in her way.
Yeah. So look, now imagine a villain. Now imagine somebody that actually wasn't trying to get something or save nobody or find nobody, but that just wants to just be teed up. Imagine how that's gonna be. Imagine how that's gonna. And now we're seeing that. Now we're seeing there's no limits anymore. We're seeing that he's not sheltered anymore. This is Spider-Man, and this is what Spider-Man's gonna face, and he's gonna face some heartbreak. And man, when she was falling off that building, I was like,
I held my breath. There was two scenes specifically that I held my breath, and it was that one, and when they were in Tom Holland's mind towards in the third act, and Punisher was setting up that mean shot.
Yeah.
And
that no scope from across the map. That was crazy.
I was stressing, man. I was stressing. I felt every second. I was like, man.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those moments, bro. Like I'm just sitting here like, man, now we can, because it's comics are people don't know this. They're like, oh my gosh, why would they do that? When Thanos snapped, okay, you guys have a rude awakening coming. Oh my gosh, you got a rude awakening coming. They're about to be inspired. If they're going this way where they're trying to be like accurate and they're like not holding back anymore, whoo!
Yeah. It's about to be bad. Not only for Spidey, but especially for them damn Avengers. They're cooked. They're cooked. Yeah. Ain't nobody surviving that movie.
No.
I'll tell you that.
It's going to be like, what's it? Freddy versus Jason.
This dude's a problem.
Oh, man. Speaking of, so what's that logo? What is that?
This one?
Yeah.
The Latvian flag.
Something's coming. Something I'm afraid we will not be able to deter. That was hard. All right. We're not focusing on that. We're not focusing on that. But yeah, so then I just felt like that was great. The emotion there. We know that it's still like he's still healing. Like they were in love. Like that was his shorty. Like that was his like just imagine you're Spider Man, all right, and your girlfriend that you're seeing every day, you can't see no more, and you have to go on knowing it's not like it's not even like you can't be with her because she passed away. She's alive and you can see her, but you can't do nothing about it. That's worse. That's like you being hungry and I put a plate of food in front of your face and say you can't have it though. And
Yeah. No, I literally said that Peter would have been better off if she just died.
yeah.
Because that what he was going through, like, and what he's gonna continue to go through. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. 'Cause, you know, but it was bad. It was a bad. It was hard to watch.
But
I
you,
was like,
but you know if there's one person that can get to his girl, it's gonna be others. I mean,
yeah.
there's gonna be others, and they're introducing
There's gonna be
crazy characters.
actual villains in these next
Yeah,
few films. 'Cause
that's what I'm
he
saying.
was packing everybody up. Tombstone out of there. Like, like all these like serious villains that like that we got at the front beginning of the montage. These are like actual villains. These are bad guys, and he was just packing them up. He was like, they're done. And then we got this serious threat. So I think like in the
Big
next
potato.
few movies, they're gonna have to, yeah. I
Big
mean, he's
potato.
been dealing with big potato stuff. They need to stop playing him
I know,
like he ain't in the big potato stuff.
but I feel like
You
that
know,
was a
you
joke.
didn't go up against Thanos, okay? That's huge potato stuff. All right.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Not even just that. He fought Avengers. He fought the actual Avengers,
Yeah,
and he fought Squidward,
yeah,
and
yeah. Which is
yeah, and that's I mean, without take away Thanos, he's packing people up. He
yeah, Ebony Maw. He's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
who else did Spider Man fight? I mean, he fought
In this movie.
no, just like in general. Like I'm just thinking about his movies. Like yeah, I mean, it was kind of his fault, but I mean, the whole world would have been cooked. All them people that were about to come out and come for Spider Man. Yeah, that New York was about to be a battlefield. I mean, like it's not already a battlefield in every movie, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, I would have like who still lives in New York?
Bro,
Like,
they'd have to have great insurance, cause I mean, there's no. Why are there people? Why do they have cars anymore in New York? I'm walking. Even then, I might get hit by something if I'm walking. Why
yeah,
would you?
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
moving. I'm going across the
Imagine
bridge.
clocking out from a 12-hour shift and then your car's gone. You're like, what the hell? And then you're frozen, reliving like horrible moments in your life. Then you get sent to the void. Then aliens are coming at us like, bro, like just move. Don't even live in New York anymore. The rent's got to be low.
You walk out.
That's
You walk out, and Hawk is jumping on your car. Like, bro.
I just paid that off. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
bro. Like, nah, I'm taking a bus. Nah, I mean, you can't take the bus either. I mean,
no.
you might get hit with a tank. Like,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, New York is crazy. But what do you think about Ned? Do you think they're? I'm just gonna ask. Do you think they're going hobgoblin route?
No, no, I don't think so. Not at least not within the next film. No, they might do it for the third. We in No Way Home. He was seen wearing the colors of Hobgoblin. I think that'd be crazy, and I think that'd be the best way to remove Ned from the situation. But yeah, I mean, like he remembers Peter. He does. I don't think that's him making the connection with Spider-Man or MJ saying, "Oh, that's Peter. That was Spider-Man." Like I don't think that was that at all because there's no reason for him to associate that handshake with Peter Parker. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
don't
there's
think he
no reason.
remembers him, but I think he figured out he's Spider Man.
That's true, but nah, there's no way.
Because
I
because he said Peter,
it's in.
remember, but then he goes Peter and like repeats it like, oh shoot, like he just remembered like I don't know, maybe that was just my interpretation of it. Because I was like, when he doubled down on saying Peter, he's like, oh yeah, Peter. He's like, oh okay, Peter. That's
Yeah.
why. That's the only reason why I had a little bit of like, you know what I mean? But You're
Yeah,
right. It could just be he's like, oh, Peter. Oh, shoot, what's up? You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, well, we're gonna have to wait and see for sure, and we're gonna have to wait and see how this post credit pays off too.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think generally it's Secret Wars. I mean, it would just make sense. I don't think they're showing another Spider-Man. I don't think they're hinting at another Spider-Man. I don't think they're hinting at Miles. I think they're generally just showing that he's gonna be in Secret Wars. If not, he will be the post-credit scene for Doomsday. Um, Maybe symbiote, maybe him seeing the incursions happening. Like we don't know. Like all we know is that Spider-Man will be in Secret Wars 100%. He has to be. If he's not in Doomsday, he's gonna be in Secret Wars. I think that was kind of setting up that he will be in the end of Doomsday post credit, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I like that we're guessing again. You know?
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that.
It's not like bam, here you go. This is what's happening.
Yeah, because they did that already. They did that with Thanos. Like, when every. Fine. I'll do it myself. We saw that.
Yeah.
That sounded
They're
more like
keeping a lot of
Kingpin.
things under wraps because I feel like they're treating these post credit scenes, like how many post credit scenes have we had, whether it was in TV shows or whatever it was, and any of these movies that have not paid off. There's been a good handful that have never paid off. So I think that's why they're going back. And no different than at San Diego Comic Con at Hall H, they only announced two new projects post Secret Wars. They did Ghost Rider and Black Panther. They didn't give us some huge timeline because they're focusing on quality over quantity. They literally said that. That's why every scene, every dialogue, every moment in these new movies that are coming out, they are working for a payoff. They are setting something up that's going to be grand and actually have impact for us as fans of the Cinematic Universe. They're not just throwing that Spidey tracker out and just
Oh,
letting
he's
it
gonna
be.
be here. He's gonna be
Yeah,
here. Like, no, like it's hey, they, no, no logo.
there's a lot of intention behind what they're doing now, so that's why it's so cool. And so that's why I'm like, it's got to be Secret Wars. They're not going to really chop up anything after Secret Wars.
When I was a boy. No, I'm just playing. But no, 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 no. For some reason, that was just Kingpin was in my head, bro. When I was a boy, my father. No, but yeah, you're right. And I think that it was a great movie all in all. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. I want to see it again
there
and
was more
again and
fan
again.
service there than No Way Home.
Yeah, there was. But a lot of the people aren't fans. That's all it proved. It's like they
I
weren't.
know. 'Cause I don't know if it's rage bait, but I just be seeing it's one or the other. I'm either seeing people saying this is the best Spider-Man movie out, or this is the worst thing they ever watched, and I'm like, what were you guys watching? Like that was so bad.
Spider Man, we're still not home. I don't know. I don't
Like
know. They're not watching the same movie. Like it was good. The scores was good. The music that they used was good.
dude, yeah, don't even get me started on the movie score. Like that was amazing. That's my jam. I love movie scores. I listen to
Don't
movie
don't
scores
don't
on a
don't.
day to day. Don't 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 don't.
Hey,
That's
look,
just bad. But still,
I know, but still, I was like,
dude, yeah, the new Spider-Man theme.
he removed notes
Yeah,
from the other one to represent that there's things that have been taken.
yeah,
That's what he said apparently. That he
yeah.
removed notes. It's the same thing, but he removed notes, like certain notes, to represent the loss and what has been, or that he's missing something.
That's
So
cool. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
That's sick. But there's a lot of like yeah for the Spider-Man theme, the new theme, because we know we've heard his Spider-Man theme multiple times, and they played that for a second when he flipped up the helicopter. Um, we got his old theme, but the new theme is just it's phenomenal. The movie score was amazing.
You know what I miss? Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun. That was my
bro.
favorite. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie, but
yeah. And this we didn't even talk about this, but the Marvel fanfare at the beginning. That is the second time I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, or anybody that is watching this video can correct us. I think that was the second time they had an entire homage to a character in the Marvel opening fanfare.
yeah,
The
for
first time it was Chadwick as Black
yeah,
Panther for
yeah.
Wakanda Forever, and I think this is the second. I think this is the only second time this has ever happened, and it was cool because it was showing Peter, and it was showing him slowly become just like completely Spider-Man, and it was showing scenes of him with his friends disappearing. Peter disappearing in that Marvel fanfare. That was phenomenal. I was in a
Was that?
daze for the
I think
first 10 minutes.
so. I don't remember any other one besides
I think it was either him.
Chadwick.
I think it's only been him and Chadwick. And I think that just goes to show they are putting their full trust into Tom Holland's Spider Man, and they're letting him do his thing.
They,
He has so
they
much
said it.
creative
They said
control.
it too. They said it. They said
Yeah, they did. Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige, they're like, I hope Tom Holland's Spider Man forever, like genuinely, and I hope so too. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be one of those old heads that like grew up
oh my gosh, they
knowing that.
casted another Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be so mad because like Tom Holland is Spider Man, man. He is without a doubt solidified himself. I remember when everyone was talking mad smack when he first came on the scene, and
I
they did
was,
not enjoy it.
I was. I'll be honest. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. But I was
I liked
mad.
the Civil War.
I
I
was
enjoyed the
mad
Homecoming.
because I
Yeah,
loved Andrew Garfield, and I felt like they didn't do him justice, and they screwed him. Like they screwed that up. That's why
yeah,
it wasn't anything against Tom Holland. I mean, I like that he's younger. I like that he's, you know what I mean, like the hello everybody. You know, I like
yeah.
that all played in, and now you see it paid off. But I was just upset because Andrew Garfield was. I was just like, dang, bro, they gave him two boo boo scripts and then told him to move on. Yeah, yeah, bro. You want to see my mask, bro?
No, please.
All right, I see this. What is that? The KK, and then you have it on your cup too. What is that?
That's comic culture. That's my brand.
Okay.
We just came out with a brand new webhead collection. What do you got on? What's that right there?
Oh, I've got.
Oh, you got the video version?
Oh shoot! This. Where did this come from? Oh shoot! So
Yeah.
if someone wants to match us or be like us or get something different, where do they go?
They go to comiculture.com. We just came out with the webhead collection for a brand new day for my favorite superhero of all time. Um, yeah, so the shirts that we got on right now, they are boxy tees. They come in red and black. These are called the Hero We Need. I also got my famous, iconic webhead pop. I came out with a version 2 of it for that integrates instead of the popsicle, it's more of Tom Holland's new brand new day mask with his eyes and stuff like that. And it's very nostalgic on the shirt. I got the boxy, I got the cutoff. We came out with the Human Spider hoodie, and then we came out with these shirts and the Midtown High sweatsuits. Also, for the film, last Thursday when I went to watch it, I did release a Punisher cutoff tee. That
Ooh-wee!
I'm excited. I've gotten a few customers so far for that. That was a project that was going to happen previously at the beginning of the year, and it never came to fruition. So I'm glad that it finally made the light of day.
Perfect timing too.
Because I love the Punisher. I love the Punisher in this movie, and I'm glad that I came out with it right before I watched the movie because I'm like, yes, like, but yeah, so stay tuned. You know, I'm enjoying this. We got these hats as well. Uh, these are just called the Hero We Need. It's got the logo on the side. Pretty
That's
crispy.
fire.
Just insignificant. It's just the shirt on the hat basically, but
But for
Yeah,
those of
man.
y'all that like hats, you know what I mean? There you go.
Yeah.
Get you a little hat too. You know what I mean? Get the lady a sweatsuit, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I
But
just wanted to come out with a collection because I usually come out with just like single pieces. But yeah, so I wanted to come out with multiple pieces
get
for
them
this.
because you never know how much time you have. So if you're watching this
Yeah.
right now, go and grab it. Go and grab it, bro.
Yeah, these are exclusive drops, so I will only have them available for a couple weeks.
A little bit of time. You
Um,
better do it now. You better do it now, nephew.
yeah,
But all right. Well then, perfect. They know where to go and grab that. I feel like we've what the heck? Hold on. It's crazy. So, where's shoot. I got this. Did you just hand this to me?
I did.
Oh
With the
shoot!
camera,
But nah,
the little.
yeah. I mean, I'm excited for where everything's going. I felt like we pretty much touched on a lot, um, and yeah, I I think that it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna
We gotta
probably
do
do
that.
Doomsday.
Yeah, we gotta do Doom
We're
next
gonna
for
do a
sure.
Doomsday video. So if you guys are watching this, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell too if you want, because we're about to start cranking out some stuff. There's a lot of stuff is gonna be dropping because there's a lot of content that
Yeah,
is gonna be coming out for. And you know what? Why not sit here and talk about it? We love it. We do this. So um, I just want to say thank you guys. If you watched on the stream, I appreciate you for tuning in. If you are watching this right now at home in your bed, your little PJs, you got a little drink, you know what I'm saying, a little food, and you watching this, I'm glad we were able to provide some information and to talk, and we'll see you next time. This has been Film Cult Manor with Comic Culture. Thank you guys.